Hello and welcome. My name is Alan. This was meant to be Tuesday's video, but of course I fell behind like I've already explained. Again. And I may be falling further behind depending on if they want to put me in the hospital or not. Because I'm going to go to the ER and have them check out my foot. Because I might need antibiotics again. So, yay. Yay. Anyway, before we get into the video, do want to let you go ahead and know we have two ways to donate. One is a Patreon account month to month, whereas the other is the coffee account. It can do month to month, or you can also just do one-time payments or smaller amount payments. That way you have more of an option. But don't donate if you're in financial straits. Things are tough enough on everybody right now. If you can and you want to, that's fine. But yeah, don't put yourself in further issue by donating. Anyway, today we're back with more Know Your Members of Congress for the 119th Congress, and this is another new member. We're kind of hitting on a streak of new members here. Today we are looking at Representative Mark Harris. And he is the representative for the 8th District of North Carolina, east of Charlotte, and goes down along the southern border of the state. Not quite reaching coastline though. It stops just under Fayetteville, North Carolina. So there's still quite a ways out there, but anyway, he is a Republican, and before he took office, he was preceded in office by Dan Bishop. There we go. Now let's go ahead and take a look at who Mark Harris is as an individual. He was born in Winston-Salem, North Carolina on April the 24th, 1966. Graduated from Reynolds High School in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Earned a Bachelor of Science from Appalachian State University in Boone, North Carolina in 1987. Earned a Master's of Divinity from Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary in Wake Forest, North Carolina in 1991. Earned a doctorate in Divinity from Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary in Wake Forest, North Carolina in 2009. Has been a pastor. Unsuccessful candidate for nomination to the U.S. Senate in 2014. Unsuccessful candidate for nomination to the 115th Congress in 2016. Elected as a Republican to the 116th Congress in 2018, but the North Carolina State Board of Elections directed a new election in which he chose not to run before being elected as a Republican to the 119th Congress. So this is his first term. Now, let's go ahead and look at the committees he is on. Okay. He is on the committee on agriculture, of which he is on the subcommittee on general farm commodities, risk management, and credit, the subcommittee on livestock, dairy, and poultry, and the subcommittee on nutrition and foreign agriculture. He is on the committee on education and the workforce, of which he's on the subcommittee on early childhood, elementary, and secondary education, and the subcommittee on higher education and workforce development. He is on the committee on the judiciary, of which he is on the subcommittee on the administrative state, regulatory reform, and antitrust, and the subcommittee on the Constitution and limited government. Now, let's go ahead and look at the top 5 individual donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, which is a pro-Israel lobbying group that advocates its policies to the legislative and executive branches of the United States, and is one of several pro-Israel lobbying organizations in the United States that has been called one of the most influential lobbying groups in the U.S. It proclaims itself as a bipartisan organization having more than 5 million members. It was founded in 1954 by lobbyists for the Israeli government, partly to counter international criticism of Israel's Kibbutz massacre of Palestinian villagers that year, and became a powerful organization in the 1980s. In 2002, it expressed intent to lobby Congress to authorize use of force in Iraq. And in 2003, the Iraq War was defended at AIPAC events. In 2005, a Pentagon analyst pled guilty to espionage charges of passing U.S. government secrets to senior AIPAC officials in what became known as the AIPAC espionage scandal. They're vile, evil, despicable, especially trying to defend a nation like Israel who is out there committing a genocide of people. They're disgusting and just bribe our politicians in what should be treason, since they seem to work to push the agenda of Israel rather than America. Altogether, they have donated $18,250, and once again, that's AIPAC. Next, at number 2, we have the House Freedom Fund, which is connected to the House Freedom Caucus, which the caucus itself is a congressional caucus of conservative members of the Republican Party that is generally considered to be the most conservative bloc in the chamber, as formed in January 2015 by conservative lawmakers including several associated with the Tea Party movement, the caucus was created to advocate for a more conservative policy agenda and push Republican leadership to the right. Its first chairman, Jim Jordan, and its current chairman, Andy Harris. Members typically support policies associated with fiscal and social conservatism, including lower federal spending, limited government, and stricter immigration policies. Over time, it has been associated with right-wing populist and national conservatism, particularly during the presidencies of Donald Trump, and has included some members who are libertarians. It often has taken an assertive role in internal House politics, sometimes opposing legislation supported by the Republican leadership or using procedural tools to influence the legislative process, and the caucus played a key role in the removal of Kevin McCarthy as House Speaker. Members have also supported efforts to repeal the Affordable Care Act and have advocated for changes to House rules intended to decentralize power. But, as can be seen, they'll back a tyrant wannabe who wants to centralize power in the presidency and be a king instead of a representative of one branch of our constitutional government. It supports candidates through its PAC, the House Freedom Fund. Altogether, it has donated $14,900, and once again, that's the House Freedom Fund. Next, at number 3, we have Veterans Guardian VA Claims Consulting. And they are a pre-filing consulting firm helping position veterans to achieve a disability rating they are eligible for when they file their claim for VA disability benefits and compensation, although they have had issues here as of recent in the way they have charged veterans, disabled veterans, or have taken certain amounts from them as if it's their right. And it's not, and they've had to go to court a number of times. But yeah. Altogether, they have donated $14,200, and once again, that's Veterans Guardian VA Claim Consulting. Next, at number 4, we have American Airlines, and they are a major airline in the U.S. headquartered at Fort Worth, Texas, within the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and is the largest airline in the world in terms of passengers carried and daily flights, along with its regional subsidiaries and contractors operating under the brand name American Eagle. They operate an extensive international and domestic network with almost 6,800 flights per day and nearly 350 destinations in 48 countries. It also is a founding member of the One World Alliance, one of the world's 3 major airline alliances. American Airlines and American Eagle operate out of 10 hubs anchored by Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, the airline's largest. Charlotte Douglas International Airport follows as the second largest hub, serving as a primary gateway for southeast and transatlantic travel. Miami International Airport and Philadelphia International Airport share the third place spot, with each serving as a distinct strategic role. Philadelphia acting as the premier connection point for flights between Western U.S. and Europe, and while Miami remains the leading hub for travel to the Caribbean, South America, and Latin America. The airline serves more than 200 million passengers annually and averages more than 500,000 daily. As of 2024, the company employs 103,440 staff members. It has been around since 1926, and altogether it has donated $13,200, and once again, that's American Airlines. Finally, in fifth, we have Carolina Made. And it says it deals with business-to-business services, focusing on redirecting clients to its business-to-business site for enhanced service offerings. Looking to facilitate seamless transactions and partnerships within the business-to-business sector. What do you say? It's a wholesale distributor of imprintable sportswear. Has been around for 57 years. Being founded in 1967. So I guess they manufacture clothes for other companies to sell. Anyway, altogether they have donated $13,200, and once again, that's Carolina Made. Now, let's go ahead and look at the top 5 industry donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have Retired, who altogether have donated $155,250. Next to number 2 is Leadership PACs, who altogether have donated $79,100. Next to number 3 is Republican Conservative Groups, who altogether have donated $42,700. Next to number 4 is Real Estate, who altogether have donated $42,150. And in fifth, we have Candidate Committees, who altogether have donated $24,875. Now, let's go ahead and look at the donors at a glance. Individually, APEC, boo, suck. House Freedom Fund, boo, suck. Veterans Guardian, VA Claim Consulting, I won't even go fine, because y'all just, a lot of shady crap going on. The idea in and of itself is not bad, but the practice, no, not good. American Airlines, ooh, being one of the biggest. I hate the monsters of a lot of industries. Carolina made, fine, okay. I mean, I ain't going to complain much about that. Manufacturing, people doing things, not necessarily for evil or anything, so. Industry wise, retired, great, absolutely wonderful. Leadership packs, boo, suck. Republican conservative groups, boo, suck. Real estate, ooh. Candidate committees, ooh. Where it's actually their own committees that they are having to earn the money, that's fine. Still don't like it, but altogether, his donors suck ass. Not ass balls, just suck ass. But this has been a look at Representative Mark Harris, who is the representative for the 8th District of North Carolina. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources, and it can't just be some tinfoil hat wearing sources or unproven blog sites of this and that. I'll be putting my links to my sources in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.